and welcome back to the doghouse. If you're new here, my name is Beth and I raise multi-generation golden doodle puppies. Well, it's week 4 for Boots and Ivy's litter, and boy, are they growing fast. Now that they've started supplementation with some puppy mush and some solid foods, they're getting bigger and bigger every day, and they're also pooping a lot more every day. So this week we are going to introduce their potty trays and start their journey on potty training. Speaking of potty training, we're also going to check in with Harper and Maisie and see how their potty training is going. Those are the 2 puppies that I held back from our last litter. And we're also going to talk about something called Littermate syndrome. What is it and why do we need to know what it is and what should we do about it? So let's go ahead and dive into today's video. Okay, here are the puppies. There's Ivy. She still visits in with them every day, and she'll go and clean them and visit with them, and they love to have a little drink, but she is not nursing nearly as much as she used to. She has slowed way down, and so they are really getting 3 meals a day with puppy mush right now. So this box, because they're getting so big, I don't know if you can tell because Ivy's standing in the way, because they're getting so big and there's 9 of them, this box is seeming a little bit more and more cramped, and they're kind of pooping all over. And so I really want to introduce their potty trays, and I want to expand this box just a little bit to give them just a little bit more room. This box here is a little bit too big, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart here and here, and I'm actually going to squish them together to make just a little bit bigger box. So they'll have this much room plus maybe, a smidge more. So we're going to work on that today. We're going to put them in here, and we're going to go ahead and put their potty trays in there as well and encourage them to use those instead of just going all over the place. Look at them all. They're all up and running around. They're so cute, but they need a little bit more room. Okay, it's magically the next day because I couldn't pull the boxes apart. They were stuck really good. I had to wait till my husband got home. Okay, so it's the next day, and do you see how the boxes are pushed inside of each other, or they're kind of like nested inside one another? That way I can give them a little bit more room without giving them all the room from 2 full boxes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some potty trays in here, and then that way they'll have a little extra room to walk around and won't be so snug. And then of course they've outgrown these pig rails as well. Do you see how crowded they are in there? We're gonna take them out of there and we're gonna plop them in there. But first I'm gonna go ahead and put their potty trays in there. I'm gonna set them up with a little bit of water here. So they've got water, and yeah, it's gonna be great. Next phase, so exciting. Okay, here they all are. So you can see they've got a little more room to stretch out. I went ahead and put some of them right on the potty tray because they're just getting up from their nap. They've got some food and water spots here. I'm gonna put a food in when it's lunchtime. They can go pee-pees on the potty trays, and then just use this little L-shaped for, oh, someone's already gone pee-pees. They will learn. I didn't want to give them too much space because they do have to learn to use the potty trays. So that is the danger of giving them too much. Okay, Ivy, I hear you. I hear you. She's like, what are you doing to my puppies? So they will learn to use that potty space over in the corner area. And so this is what their new setup looks like. They're getting so big. I hear you. Do you want to come see them? Do you want to come see what I've done? Come on here, I'll open the gate. Just Ivy, just Ivy, just Ivy. She's like, where are they? Where'd they go? They're in there. You can look over. There you go. See, they're in there. So I think this will be a good spot for them to grow up a little bit more. And then as they get bigger and bigger, I just expand this box and give them a little bit more room each week until we've kind of connected them all together. All righty, I love it. They're all set up. They're getting so big. They're 4 weeks old today. They are on 3 meals a day of puppy mush. Mama does come to visit them still once in a while. And so when they're out playing out in this space, this is sort of the rest of the puppy room, I will bring them out to eat out here so they make their mess out here. And that way I can clean it up easily. Mama can visit with them and then they can go back in here for their quiet times. Alrighty, what do you think, Ivy? A little harder to get to them, I know, but you'll play with them, don't worry. And then this weekend, we've got puppy visits coming. So we've got people coming to the house to come and do puppy visits. We've got some open house spots and they're gonna come and pick their puppies. 2 of these puppies have already been chosen. Gummy Bear and Jelly Bean are already reserved. And I've got my first out-of-state people coming. So I'm gonna meet some people at the airport and it's very exciting. The word is getting out. So, oh, look at you guys. So cute. So sweet. I'm gonna let them get used to their new space. I'm also gonna pop a few toys in there in case they get bored and they wanna have a little something else to distract them so they can start learning how to play and chew and do all the little things that puppies do. Okay. Okay, and speaking of potty training, it's time to let these little girls out. We've got Maisie and Harper. Come on, guys, let's go potty. Trying to take them out often. It took a while for them to get used to the doggy door. Come on. And I still kind of have to open it for them. It's quite heavy. Sorry for the bright light. Sometimes I give them a little, I have some little cookie treats. You guys want to have some cookie treats? Okay, I know, Ivy, you want to go too. Go ahead, go outside. Here. Go outside. Come on. Go get him. Oh, Ivy got your treats. Oh, go get him. Go ahead. Good girls. Go outside. Go outside. Good job. It's hard to learn to go through this because they have to step up. Plus, they've got this noisy door. So I hold it open for them still because it's quite heavy. You really have to give it a hard push. The bigger dogs do it no problem. Hi, Lulu. And see how it makes that noise. So, but the big dogs, show them how it's done. And then I leave them out there for a few minutes in the kennel to do their business. And then I kind of open it up a little bit and then call them back in. So right now I'm helping them out a little bit until they're strong enough and brave enough to use it. So every day we go out many, many times. Do they still have accidents? Yeah, they do, because I'm human and I forget. So I'm always working on the computer or, handling the little puppies in the other room or the big puppies or my children or the husband or, all the things. So I do sometimes forget and let a little bit too much time go by. So I always have my trusty mop that I love and mention in every video here at the ready for any little accidents. But so I'm giving them some time. Let's see if we can see them out there. I don't know. I also don't know if it's very clean out there. Let's see. Where are you guys? Puppies, puppies. Harper, Maisie. All right, that means that they went through the gate. So if I leave them out there a few minutes too long, they're still small enough to fit through the gate, which means they're probably in the backyard, and there they are. That's so funny. This is the pig grill I gotta put away in the garage. Hi, puppies, come on in. The bars of our gate are just wide enough where they can squeeze through. So they do kind of come through. Good job. Did you go potty? Good girls. Oh, hello, Lulu. Hello. Good girls. Good girls. Sorry, the camera's all over the place. I got dogs everywhere. Anyway, so potty training's going well. It's not, 100% yet, but they're almost 4 months old. So, they're still pretty young, and I'm okay with it. So we're good. I don't have any carpet or anything right now, so we just keep everything nice and clean and keep working on it, and they will get it. Every week they get better and better, so that's all we can ask for, right? Right, sweet girls. Yes, all my little girls here. Alrighty, so that's the update with Harper and Maisie. And here's Lulu and Ivy, and they were washed last week and they're still looking so nice and clean. So pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put the phone, set it up, and I'm gonna actually have a little talk with you guys next about something called Littermate syndrome. So let me set up my phone and go get some laundry out of the dryer, and I'll be right with you. Okay, now that I have a quiet moment, I wanted to talk to you guys about something called Littermate syndrome. Now, Littermate syndrome, you may have heard of it. It's a phenomenon, it's a thing, when you have two puppies that are raised in a household from the same litter. So this is something that could happen. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but what it is, it's a series of possible negative behaviors. And the reason I want to talk about this is because Ivy and Lulu are sisters and they are littermates. We got them together from the same litter. And so my two mamas are littermates. And then we just chose two girls from Lulu's litter, so they are also littermates. So I've got Maisie and Harper. So I have two sets of littermates that live in our house. And so I already knew what this was, but I wanted to, just because this is our life, I wanted to let you guys know what this is, because I have had some people interested in some puppies and they considered taking two puppies and asked me if that was a good idea or not. Now, some people might say, no, that I'm folding laundry while I talk to you. Some people might say, no, it's not good to have that, but I have never experienced anything negative. I think it's important to be aware of what Littermate syndrome is so that you can avoid any possible negative behaviors that might come along with it. So what defines Littermate syndrome? Littermate syndrome is a series of negative behaviors from raising the two puppies from the same litter. So they might have a special attachment to one another because they're so close in age, they're siblings, obviously. This attachment that they have toward one another could prevent them from bonding with other humans or other animals. Now, because we got them very young, obviously as puppies, we really tried to help them bond with both Barkley, who is our Great Dane. That was our first, well, actually our second baby, but the only other dog that they have known in the house. And we, of course, always tried to treat them as individual dogs. So we tried to negate the behavior in that way. So difficulty bonding with humans and other animals. Another thing that they could also have is a fear of new people, new animals, and they might show some aggression because of that fear. They could be aggressive toward new people that come into the house. They could be, they could show aggression toward if a friend comes over with their dog. So they may not get along super well with other animals because of this bond with their sibling. So they may also develop fears of objects or even new experiences, things of that nature. Other things that might come from Littermate syndrome could be also separation anxiety. Separation anxiety from each other and also from their humans as well. They get very attached to one another, and so they don't want to be apart. And so that could also lead to some negative behaviors. And then the final piece I would say that is possible with Littermate syndrome would be it's really hard to train them. Because they're so bonded together, they may not want to, or it might be harder to train them because they have a little bit of like a little pack mentality with each other and they don't want to listen to you. So these are things. There's a hole in this sock, so why am I folding it? I don't know, that's gonna be garbage. Okay, so these are things you wanna be on the lookout for. Now, does that mean you should not get littermates? Obviously not, my house is full of them. So what you wanna do is just be super mindful of these things and work really hard to try and negate any of these behaviors. How do you do that? So you want to treat each puppy that you bring home, especially if you've got littermates, as individuals as much as possible. even though you're sharing the same space with them, you really want to make sure that they have their own space that they can go to. So perhaps their own crate. They shouldn't be crated together. You want to make sure they have their own dish for eating. Maybe they're even their own separate space where they do their eating. I always separate their bowls far apart from each other so that they know this is for one and this is for the other. What else? Their sleeping arrangements should be separate. Separate crates, of course, separate everything, really. You want to make sure they are treated as if you just happen to have 2 dogs, not together. When you go on walks, walk them separately. Come back for the other one. Or if you're going with your partner or whatever, you can have them go in one direction, you go in another direction, and you can walk them together but separate. Training. Put the other dog in a room and just focus all of your attention on that one dog. So these are the things that I do. I try to make sure that they have separate eating spaces, separate sleeping spaces, separate everything. Now, as I'm talking to you, Lulu and Ivy are right here. Harper and Maisie are over there napping together. They still love each other and are very comfortable with each other. So they're still siblings, and that's okay. But what you want to make sure is that you're nipping and training, that they don't have any aggression and that they are able to be trained. You need to make sure to assert yourself as the alpha and that you're the person, or the humans are the ones that make up the rules and they have to follow them. So consistency with training, which is something I'm still working on, is key. It really is key. So the weather is starting to get nicer. It's still 105. It's starting to get nicer here in Arizona. So we will be taking some more walks soon. And what I'll be doing is definitely walking them separately for nice long walks. And those are great opportunities for extra training. We're by ourselves, we're out in the world, and we can do some really good training on those walks. We can practice our sit, our stay, our leave it. When other dogs are coming, or they're going to encounter strangers, they're going to encounter other animals. So these are fantastic opportunities for training. So what I'm doing now is laying a foundation of commands so that when we are on our walk, we're practicing those commands, not just hearing them for the first time. So we are practicing our sit, our stay, and our leave it here at home. And how I do that, like I said before, is I put one dog away in the room, like in the laundry room perhaps, or the bathroom, or just in the front room, wherever, separate, so that I can have all of their attention and really train those commands. So I just wanted to pop on here and talk about that a little bit, because it's something to be super mindful of, but not to be fearful of. In my personal experience, I think you can be very successful with littermates. And I think that you can definitely have very positive experiences, which we have had. So, but I do think it's important to be mindful of what it is and how to definitely treat your puppies so that none of those negative behaviors of a possible syndrome, littermate syndrome, can come through. That's all. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I think we're gonna go take another peek at the puppies and see how they're doing with their new box. And I think then that's gonna be all for this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and check in with them as soon as I'm done folding these towels. Okay, so it's a few hours later and it looks like they're making great use of the potty pads, so that is wonderful. I do, however, also see some pee spots on the mat and of course some poopy spots I just cleaned up. So they are still going potty on the mat, but I think that is fantastic to see so much on the potty tray. So I'm very encouraged. Oh, and there's someone going right now. That's Jelly Bean. What a good girl. So this is fantastic. So I think this is going to be really, really good. So I'm getting ready to serve them some dinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change out this dirty mat, and maybe I'll take them out of here and feed them dinner out here in the play area. I'm going to put these guys away because they're going to want the puppy food. because it tastes so good. Puppy food, yay! All right, so I'm gonna take them out and set them up out here for some dinner so I can change out the mats and the pee pads. All right, be right back. That's all better. All cleaned up for the evening. We've got fresh pads, fresh blankies, and these guys just had some dinner, just a few bites. They didn't really eat much tonight and they all crashed out again. So I'm gonna leave them here and hang out in here. I'm gonna do their weights and hang out and let them kind of snooze, and then I want them to see if they'll wake up and play. There's Hershey looking at the play structure over there, the little mobile. So we'll see if he's gonna play. Oh, that's not Hershey, that's actually Nougat. Hello, Nougat. So cute. And here's, are you trying to wake them up? Say, hey, wake up, it's time to play. You're Hershey. Isn't he gorgeous? Hi, Hershey. Hello. Hi, cutie pie. Yeah. Are you trying to wake up your brothers and sisters? They're so sleepy. They're sleepyheads. Go play with Nougat. So cute. All right, I'm gonna let them play, and then I'll probably put them to bed in a little bit. Okay, well, I think we're gonna end the video here. I'm back in the playroom and I'm stuck under a few puppies. They're all cuddling and I am in my happy place, I have to say. The rest are all spread out in the playroom here, just kind of napping and plopping in place like they do. So we all would like to say thank you so much for joining us this week. We hope you liked today's video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that way we could all spend some more time together. We hope you have a wonderful week and we'll see you all next time.